Yeah.
All right, so good thing is this is the last time we switch. Yeah, so just to resume what Dylan was asking, so 16 factorial is 16 times 15 times 14 all the way down to 1. So that's much, much larger than 256. Okay. We have about 15 minutes, so we'll take it slow today because we have a lot of stuff going on today. I will pick maybe another one interesting thing. I want to use the next 15 minutes to talk about it. Yeah, this is the interesting one. Let's give you some time to read the problem. And let's give a couple minutes. I actually have a plot here, so I put it in here. So it may help you to. Actually, maybe a little bit later. Okay. Okay, so although this is a probability problem, but it has basically nothing to do with probability, nothing to do with the permutation, combination. So it's basically a math. So let me start going over this. Okay, so this is what the problem is asking, right? We have a spark with 2 millimeter diameter, and we have a wire. And so each unit is 5 millimeter square opening. So basically, actually 5 millimeter is here, right? In inner side, and 1 millimeter. Where is it? 1 meter in diameter. So the thickness of the wires. Now, what is the probability that the spark misses the wires? Okay, so we have to think this way. So this is a mesh. This is more than one, right? So if you have something like this, so this is 1 millimeter. If you put all together, would that be 1 millimeter diameter? Anyone?
Wouldn't it be 2 then?
It will be 2, exactly. So we can't really have the thing like this, right? So for example, we add them together, so 1 and 1, so they become 2. Imagine this also, have a lot of mesh. So what we really need to look at should be something in the middle. So if we have something like this, then we should have really 0.5 millimeter in here. Right, so this is important because if you get this thing wrong, then however many calculation you did in the end, it will be wrong. So this is how we start with the first, right? So our model should be 5 millimeter in the open, but 0.5 millimeter in the thickness. So now everything else should be slightly easier. Now I want to ask if anyone has any thought. So we don't need you to calculate anything yet. Just tell me how you plan to calculate this, the probability. Anyone? We're gonna miss this spark, right? So where does it miss? Where does it go to miss?
Inside. The inside 5 square.
What do you mean? What do you define inside in the math?
It will miss when it hits the wire.
Say that again.
It would miss when it hits the wire.
When the spark hits the wire, it will be missed.
Wait, no, sorry, I read the problem.
So we want to explain this in math, right? So how do you define inside? How do you define miss?
So 5 times 5 is 25 millimeters, square millimeters.
And
That's the, so we see how many, and then we find the area of the circle and see how many of those fit in the square.
okay, so if I have a circle right here.
Oh wait, no, like fully inside. And
Well, what do you mean fully? So you have to explain in a math way fully. So what's the marginal place the spark will be considered as missed? You're in the right direction.
I think I know.
Can't hear you. Anyone is talking?
I think I know.
Yeah, go ahead, Dylan.
So
Uh-oh. Is that me or he just stopped?
of
stopped.
the mesh. So the spark has a 25 square millimeter area where it is counted as a miss, and since 6 by 6, that's a 36. That's so a 36 millimeter area where it's counted as a hit for 1 square.
That's close, but we are the whole 5 by 5. You have to be very accurate. If the spark is something like this, it's still hit, right? Even it touched just a little bit, it's still hit. So what I mean, still hit, right? It's not missed. If where does it go to be considered as a how to say miss?
It must go in the middle of the 20. It must go in the 25 millimeter area that is not touching the sparks.
Which means if you look at the center, okay, now we are talking. So there you go, right? So if you this is a marginal place, it's gonna miss. If you just, so the center will be here. So if this is a center, and if the center is more to the right or more to the down below, it will be missed. So we got to look at the center. We define where the center goes, and hopefully I have a better picture here. So this is the four marginal, or say critical positions. The spark will be missed. So if you connect their centers, this is the area, the center. Inside this area, or you just touch this area, inside this, you will be missed. Outside, if it's greater than this, until you are, how to say, outside of this, within the unit, it will be hit. So if you look at this two square, That's exactly what we're looking at. Okay, make sense? I know everybody understand it has to be inside, but how inside, right? This is the part that we trying to convert that language into math. And this is what we are doing. So the missing area is really 3 millimeter by 3 because this spark radius is 1. This is 1, 1. So total is 5. So 5 minus 2 is 3 millimeters. So 3 by 3 is the one that we will miss. Okay. Now the whole area would be 5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, right? We have 0.5 on the thickness. So in the whole, this whole unit, this is 6 by 6. So anywhere within 6 by 6, we are okay. So the probability would be the area of this small square divided by the area of this whole unit. And that's 9 over 36 equals 1 over 4. Okay. I think a lot of you are really close. You know the way to think, and that's really good. So it takes a lot of correct calculation to get this right, final answer right. But we know where to work on. That's the most important part. All right. I think that I want to end here with this interesting problem. And like I said, next meeting we will skip. Instead, we will email and post on website the assignment for next week. So next week, make sure you check your website. If you don't look at email, or you look at email, at least one of them, right? You look at email or check the website. And then we still have a due 2 weeks from now. And that's it. Any other questions? Otherwise, feel free to go.
Bye. Thank you so much.
No problem. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, team.
Just to clarify, there's no class next week because not enough kids are in Avid.
Yeah, we have quite a few kids in Avid. I don't think we want to. I don't think it's beneficial to just go ahead and maybe just take a week off. Also, I'd like to give some assignments based on what we learned so far. So it just meets our schedule. So
All right, thank you.
yeah.
Bye.
So